So in the last video, we discussed wet film thickness, dry film thickness, mill requirements, and warranty application rates. So I'm not going to go too in depth on how to actually calculate it. I'm just going to talk as if we all understand that math and how to convert those three things. So I've got a wet film gauge here, and I have a Luneta card with some tan EC100 drawn down on it. I'm going to show you guys how to calculate the wet mills to make sure that our application rates are on target. This is mainly going to be for our applicators and QC guys that are in the field during the application process. So we've got 32 wet mills drawn down. We have our wet mill gauge. It starts here at 14 and it goes up to 30. As the number of wet mills increases, the length of that tooth decreases. So the 30 wet mill tooth actually sits furthest from the roof deck. So we've got 32 wet mills. Best case scenario here, we're going to have coating on all of these teeth. Then we will flip the card over to this side. It starts at 35 wet mills, goes up to 80. So when we flip over here, we will not have coating on that 35. We will just have it on this corner, indicating that we have above 30. So I'm going to flip over to this side, put it straight down into the coating, pull it up. I have tan coating all the way up past that 30 tooth. So that's a good sign. I'm going to flip over here to where it starts at 35. I'm going to put it flat in the coating. I do not have any tan coating on this 35 tooth, but I do have tan coating on this end, indicating that we're above 30. So somewhere in that 32 range. This is very important for two reasons. So number one, if we're shooting for a warranty application that requires a certain mill thickness, so let's just say we're using an acrylic that has a 50% solids content. We've applied 32 wet mills. We'll be left with 16 dry mills when both of those 2 gallons dry. If we don't have those 16 wet mills during our final job inspection, then we don't qualify for that warranty. We'll have to go back and install more coating, costing extra material and extra labor, which isn't good. The second thing that we want to watch out for is if we're applying 2 gallons per square, we want to make sure that our applicators are shooting 2 gallons per square, not 2.5, not 2 1/4. That's extra material that we are paying essentially to put on that roof, which isn't good. So the wet mill gauges, vital key for the applicators to have on them, and these constant spot checks are very important to the success of the projects.